African Americans or Black Americans have to be the most hateful and self-destructive
Hey man, give it a rest. Give it a rest. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we've pivoted away from this. We're not concerned with this anymore. We are currently in the middle of learning about our new friends in Scotland and in Ireland. And we're starting to learn about Black Welsh people and Black Italian people. We're not concerned with this anymore, all right? You guys were having a conversation about colored people and Black people and everything else in South Africa when Tyla's music got big in America, and I guess she thought she was going to bring that same energy here, and we let her know that we were not going to tolerate that, and she chose to continue down that road, and we just chose not to support her. There's no hatred there. There's no self-destruction there. It's simply just us refusing to support someone who's colorist. All right? It's that simple. Really. It really is. I understand you guys are still healing from the apartheid. Why you guys are still choosing to cling to class systems that were designed to keep you from uniting in the first place, that's beyond me. But I understand that it is your choice and you are allowed to make it. Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that we're going to support it or tolerate it in America. All right. Unfortunately, it turns out that I guess a lot of Africans don't really stream music, which I'm learning now. Africans tend to download music and share music with their friends. And that's just unfortunate. She's not getting those same numbers that she did with Water, which Water went triple platinum. And yeah, that was more than likely because of us. We were streaming the fuck out of that song. But the world still turns, man. We're not talking about this anymore. We're not concerned with this anymore. Please move on. Get back to healing with your other countrymen.
This is for South Africans and South Africans only. Tyla last album just did 3.5 thousand album units sold. What the fuck y'all at? Under one of my videos I made about Tyla, I got like 1 million views. South Africans tore my ass up. I'm trying to figure out where are all of these people. Tyla can be in America and do X, Y, and Z. Tyla is in America making y'all mad. Tyla in America, Tyla in America, Tyla in America. What the fuck y'all South Africans doing? Why y'all not showing her love? What happened? Y'all Tyler fans be going so motherfucking hard in South Africa. I see why she had to come to the States to get her fucking rocks off, because y'all ain't doing a fuck thing, apparently. The fuck?
Tyler fans are losing their goddamn mind. Y'all, they talking about something. They don't need them cotton pickers. Okay. They're just jealous. They're just not used to seeing an African that's not in the hut. Ah! Y'all, they even saying that Tyler is better than Beyonce. Please stop it.
Hi guys, my name is Joy and you're welcome back to the channel. So today we are talking about why Tyla's fans are mad right now. A lot of people in America are saying they don't support her anymore, and it has nothing to do with hate. It's about her bringing South Africans colored vs black debate into America. People here made it clear we are not going to tolerate that. So let's dive into why her fans are upset and what's really going on behind all this. Before we do that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to support the channel.
I really just woke up from a nap thinking that I finally had a viral video, but nope, still in the 300s club. But I have apparently 1,000 South Africans eating me up on the comments of a different post, not my post, some other post defending Tyla, because they have yet to understand that no matter how many millions of streams she had in South Africa, it doesn't equate to the same unless she's on the American charts. She's just a local artist. If you can't make it in music and top the actual charts that matter, and they keep showing all her the one time she broke the record for Spotify, but that list isn't updated. I'm not responding to all those comments, and I'm very heartbroken because I really thought I went viral, but nope, still not even a micro influencer. Y'all got me though.
All right, my fellow Black Americans, look, can we get off Tyler just a little bit? Don't jump off me. Y'all is funny. Look, I get it. The eat up is warranted. I mean, she said, make me sweat. Yeah, y'all got her sweating. TikTok, once again, has not failed to bring the heat to Miss Mamas. And listen, Tyla, I love her. She is a beautiful girl. She's actually talented. I blame her team. Because, listen, I make music. I do it because I love it. I don't really push my music. I got 2 monthly streamers. I ain't want to talk about nobody's music sales. But she is in a different tier. This is what she does as a profession, and she has a whole team behind her. They totally failed her because they keep missing the mark. They said she has $57. They said she has $57 worth of album sales. They must have thought that we were going to forget about that interview, but Black America don't forget about shit. We be on top of it all the time. So the whole thing should have never happened. I blame her PR, because if you watch the initial interview on The Breakfast Club where the PR chimed in from the sidelines, from the bleachers, let's skip the next question. Girl, you are unprepared. I hope they fired her ass, because I don't think you care if you're South African. You should know enough about Black American music to replicate it and to turn it into something new. Put a little bit of your Afro beats, in there, a little bit of, but let's be real. Just like K-pop and all these other non-Black artists, a lot of these artists from places like South Africa, that, especially the ones that talk shit about Black Americans, it's funny to me because we can hear your music and your style and everything you're doing, the lingo, even using the N-word. It's like everything is very much inherently Black American centered. You just switched it up a little bit, added a little bit of your own culture in it, which is cool if you're being real about it. But you study Black American culture, but you didn't study Black American people. Because if you did, then you would know that Black identity here is similar to how you would identify over there, right? Or you could say I'm mixed, but I identify as Black. But either way, somebody dropped the ball. Maybe it wasn't Tyla. People will say she's an artist. That isn't her job. Fire the whole goddamn team. Fire everybody. Fire. I can't stand Trump, but do a Trump. Everybody's fired.
This was a very long comment left on my video that I said I was talking about Tyla and the predicament that she has gotten herself into because of the way she behaved on Charlamagne's show, when she had an opportunity to discuss all of this that this lady wrote in this thing. Because, and first let me say, ma'am, this was rude. This was disrespectful. This was ignorant. And it was unnecessary. Because I didn't say anything about her culture. I'm talking about my culture. And I'm going to tell you this, that my culture is not a costume to take on or take off. It is who we are at all times. Yeah, this was very rude. And however you and your people do in your land, do that. I respect that, because I'm not over there. And because I'm not over there, you don't have to teach me anything. You don't have to explain anything to me. Okay? Tyla is the one in my country. And because she's in my country, when she goes onto a talk show to discuss all of these issues that you have laid before in this comment, she didn't discuss it. And because she left all this room for doubt, my people have said, okay, if you don't want to discuss it, fine. If you don't want to be a part of our culture, fine. Even though you are culturally appropriating my culture, we don't have to participate in your rise or your fall. That's on you. I don't see how you got this from the video that I made. I really don't. All of this education Tyla should have done on the doggone radio show. Instead, she said, I'm above it and I don't feel like talking about it. And all we said was cool. When you are in somebody else's country, when you are a part of somebody else's culture, you do as they do. You respect and show respect to be respected. She didn't. You didn't. This was rude.
So I hate to bring up the Tyla shit, but it's just becoming apparent to me that y'all don't actually care about what's being said. Y'all just want to argue with black people. We already knew that. By y'all, I mean South Africans. This morning I got a comment. I think the comment's deleted now because I tried to find it. But basically the comment was like listing a bunch of celebrities who are literally mixed. Just black and white. Like nothing obscure, just black and white. Mariah Carey was on the list. Barack Obama was on the list. I think Zendaya might have been on it. A bunch of other people. And they were, and the comment was like, none of these people are black. They're all colored. So she is black. And y'all just wanted to argue? Y'all just don't like being black. We knew that, but y'all just don't like black people, which we also knew that part. Because this whole time I've been saying like, okay, I personally don't have a problem with somebody saying I'm not black, I'm this. Because if that, I'm sure that happens. Like there are people in America that happens to. There's plenty of people who actually are not black, who happen to be something else that we don't see a lot of, or maybe that you personally have not seen before in person or in video, and you mistake them as black. They're like, oh, I'm not black, I'm this. That's totally normal. And I've always said from the moment the Breakfast Club situation happened, I've always said this is an easily solvable problem. This is an easy answer. It was actually the biggest softball. Because no one's looking to you to do deep education. They're just asking you, what are you? In South Africa, I'm what we call colored. But over here, I've noticed that y'all just call that like mixed, biracial, multiracial. So you can just call me mixed, multiracial, whatever works. Cool. And from what I've gathered from the onslaught of hateful comments about black people is that we are the problem because we want somebody to be black who's not black. But if your comparison is black people, then we're right. She would be black. Personally, me, I would not look directly at her and say that that's a black person. I would think she's just mixed with something else. But my first thought would not be black. Personally, me. That's why I was always just like, yeah, I would be a little thrown off, but I would have assumed the question would come up because you are very obviously trying to market this person to a black audience. The only American feature on this album was Gunna, a black artist. That was obvious, and I would assume that anybody on your team should be prepared to answer that question because it's going to come up. Especially since it had already kind of been a conversation online, which is why it came up, which is why they asked to not have those questions asked. And again, like I said, her team is her fucking problem because when you asked me to not ask them questions and Charlamagne told you, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, that's actually the first question I'm finna ask, bitch. You should have got up and left, or you should have never came. Fuck, get up and left, you should have never came. Y'all played her. But if y'all are non-American and you're looking at Barack Obama and you're saying that's a colored person, then when you come to America, you would be considered black. Maybe that person was misinformed. They also included Trevor Noah, who in America would also be considered black. I just don't think it was that big of a deal. Like, you can call yourself whatever you want to. I don't personally care. But if you're going to compare this person to people who have opened their mouth and said they are black, then maybe you shouldn't be arguing so bad. I don't know.
What have we learned from Tyla's new EP selling less than 4,000 units? Is that it's never a good idea to have black Americans not on your side. Historically, we know this. When Tyla's fans said that black Americans don't run anything, they forgot that the model for the civil rights movement helped their liberation as well. Her team messed her up. Because it's not the fact that black Americans don't realize that race works differently in other countries. It's the fact that when you come to America, black Americans want to know, how you connect to them. And Tyla basically said she's not connecting to Black Americans. Artists like Burna Boy, Thames, all came over. Even Rihanna, all came over and said, we Black. We all in this together. Tyla said, I don't know about y'all, but I'm colored. I'm not Black. And what she should have said was, in South Africa, I'm colored. In America, I'm Black. Because that's really how it works. It's never a good idea to have Black Americans against you. It is never a good idea to have Black Americans against you. And all those South Africans who said they was going to support the album, where y'all at? Because she only sold about 4,000 so far. That means y'all not putting your money where your mouth is. One thing about Black Americans is when we have money, we spend it. A dollar don't last in our community. So if we like something, we gonna buy it. That's why the Black American dollar is the most American dollar in the United States. I hope Tyla can work it out, but we've been told y'all. It is never a good idea to have Black Americans not on your side, especially Black American women.